Well, when Scott Morrison was in government, this is LFDRA audio. When Scott Morrison was in government, I went to the Australian Bureau of Statistics website and I did some searches on the internet search engine, and on the Australian Bureau of Statistics website, so the Scott Morrison government, the Liberal National Party Fed, they knowingly had the statistics about how many deaths, context deaths, that's HS, isn't it? Health service, human slavery, all of the contexts, and I'm Harry Stiller. Deaths. According to President Mr. Harry Stiller, of Republic of Australia, LFDRA, and LFDRA audio on this channel. So the Scott Morrison government, the Liberal National Party Fed of King Charles, they aggregated an Australian Bureau of Statistics figure on the deaths from involuntary mental health treatments. So, for example, an involuntary mental health detainment treatment is where someone's arrested without a day in court and locked in a mental health hospital prison with no day in court, and labelled to contexts and everything. Though the Scott Morrison government, the Liberal National Party Fed, they knowingly had the statistics on the Australian Bureau of Statistics. So they knew that 35,000. They knowingly knew that 35,000 people were. They knowingly knew they were committing genocide with the laws they fortified, the involuntary mental health treatment laws. They knowingly knew the Australian government, King Charles III Commonwealth of Australia realm, and Scott Morrison and the Governor-General, they knowingly knew they were committing genocide with involuntary mental health treatment laws. Though Scott Morrison, he knowingly, after having the information about the 35,000 murders, the 35,000 deaths from involuntary abduct and drug mental health laws, he knowingly funded $1 billion in the fortification of it. And people see, the people that work in involuntary treatment mental health, and police that go out and arrest people for psychiatrists to abduct and drug, and they coerce people into being voluntary. So they have the secret rigged tribunal, so they coerce people into, it's terrorism, because it's absolute terrorism. But Scott Morrison knowingly funded an extra $1 billion to fortify involuntary mental health treatment laws to the tune of $1 billion. And he funded an extra $1 billion. I don't know what the ALP funded it, though. The Liberal National Party knowingly knew the death rate, the genocide they were committing, and they fortified it. Though people every day, according to it, 80% of the population are knowingly depressed. Yet People that work in involuntary mental health, they'll claim all of this stuff, but they knowingly fortified the genocide that they've fortified. The Fed of King Charles, the ALP and LNP, had the statistics, but they're knowingly fortifying the malware of the measured apparatus in fortification of the genocide, facilitated knowingly by King Charles III realm and Queen Elizabeth realm. They knowingly had the statistics and knowingly fortified the genocide. According to other statistics, 80% of the population are depressed, but obviously the law fortifies that because there's no fair and equal stable way to the percentages of population and all of that. 80% of the population are depressed. Who makes more money? The pharmaceutical industry. And is that beneficial to your health? Probably not. It's probably not beneficial to your health to be on antidepressants. A fair and equal stable way would be beneficial to your health, but they've got all these ideologies in the faculties to keep it all going. The genocide in the human slavery trade, to fortify the measured malware in the apparatus. So they've knowingly committed the genocide because the Australian Bureau of Statistics of Queen Elizabeth realm, Queen Elizabeth Commonwealth realm of Australia knowingly knew the statistics of how many people they were knowingly murdering and committing genocide from the laws they fortified. So the deaths occurred from involuntary mental health treatments, and they'd coerce people into fortifying what they've consumed in faculties in that ideology. So in the measured apparatus. So that's the way it crumbles. That's the way the cookie crumbles. Though so the Liberal National Party knowingly had the statistics, and they knowingly fortified the genocide in favour of King Charles. They knowingly did that. So King Charles realm, Commonwealth realm, has knowingly committed genocide. And I've said this before. I don't know. I've never met Lydia Thorpe. I don't even know Lydia Thorpe. Yes, I sent her an email once, about LFDRA and where LFDRA stands. But obviously that all goes through the Secure Intelli Centre, so I wouldn't even know if they actually, because they just send you an automated, and they just sent, because Lydia Thorpe had a bill in King Charles's Commonwealth realm, APH, that has knowingly committed genocide. They've knowingly committed genocide. See, Lydia Thorpe's bill was that the Federal Attorney General, I know how the politics is going with the Holocaust Genocide Museum that was facilitated by the Nazis, and the genocide that was also facilitated by Israel. Though King Charles Commonwealth realm knowingly committed genocide, they've knowingly committed genocide because they knowingly had the statistics, yet fortified the genocide with involuntary mental health laws, abduct and drug mental health laws in the human slavery trade of sensory technologies and all of that. And they've knowingly fortified it. We've started a fundraiser on GoFundMe. So you can search for that, a Genocide Museum and Memorial. we'll have, so we're obviously looking for $5 million in donations. I'm not going to read what I wrote about it, though. You can read that on Of the Day TV24.net/Genocide Museum Memorial. Or just type in Of the Day TV24.net and go to Genocide Museum Memorial. And there's also on LFDRA.org, there's news and events, and that's information about recent, about starting the GoFundMe Fundraiser for the Genocide Museum Memorial. Though the Liberal National Party, the ALP, the Greens, Definition 6 and the Fed of the Governor General, they knowingly had the statistics, and they've knowingly committed genocide. They've fortified it, and the faculty staff have their ideologies, and they fortify psychiatrists. They have their ideologies, and they knowingly fortify genocide. Because obviously there's the death rate statistics, yet human slavery, human slavery, and I'm Harry Stiller, so obviously I'm with deaths, last two letters of a word, Harry Stiller. So King Charles III, Commonwealth of Australia realm, has knowingly committed genocide, and they've shoved it under the carpet. So it's terrorism that they've fortified it, and we know which way faculties and the measured apparatus is going to go to fortify that genocide through the involuntary mental health laws in fortification of the favouritism to King Charles III realm, for the fortification of exploits and malware by the ALP and LNP. That's about it for this LFDRA audio edition here at Harry Stiller LFDRA. Please do like, subscribe and comment, and please do go to the, you can either go to the news and events page on news and events LFDRA page on LFDRA.org, or Of the Day TV24.net Genocide Museum Memorial, or you can go to the GoFundMe page, and you can, according to it, it's a fundraiser website, and you can donate. We need about $5 million, so you can visit there and read about it. Yeah, okay, thanks for listening. There's probably no listeners. See you later, because I don't get many views, so no one gives a shit. They just fortify genocide in favour of King Charles. King Charles is a hypocrite. He's knowingly committed genocide and shoved it under the carpet.